What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss the topics that you guys choose on Twitter. I got quite a few of you lot today sending me in some good stuff. Actually had over 70 different tweets, man, and I only put the tweet out last night, so I just picked a handful. Ones I don't use today, I may use on Wednesday's vid, but let's get straight into it. Okay, first one from Hamza _ Osman 97. Should Lukaku play on the right instead of central against a smaller opposition for the rest of the season? And there was another tweet that was similar to this. I'm going to read it out and then I'm going to answer both of them. The next one was, does Lukaku play better on the wings than up front? And that's Daryl _ Stimson. So what I would say with that is, does Lukaku play better from wide? Should he play from wide? The answer is yes. The reason being, Lukaku's touch is terrible. His ball control is fucking shit. The reason why Lukaku looks decent on the wings is because he can play the way he's facing. He can't play back to goal. Like, Lukaku's only effective playing facing goal. So when he plays up front down the middle, he has to rely on his touch and his control in tight spaces to hold people off, bring people into play. And quite frankly, like, he's just not a good enough footballer. Like I've said it before, like, he's a decent striker in terms of numbers, but he's a terrible footballer. Like, the basic fundamentals of being a good central player, you need good balance, which he doesn't have. You need good touch and you need to know what's around you. His spatial awareness is poor. When he plays on the wings, especially on the right wing, because he's left-footed, he can only come inside. So it cuts out all the other options for him. Like, Lukaku doesn't take people down the outside because he doesn't have a right foot. So what he does on the left wings is he'll push it, he'll run, he'll cut back, and then he'll put a cross in. Like, there's only one thing he can do. So because of that, it eliminates all the other hesitations or anything else like that. And also, because you've got so much more space on the wings, he can afford to have 2 or 3 bad touches to control the ball before he gets it in his stride and runs at players. So if you take him away from the middle of the pitch where it's congested and he doesn't have time, he looks a much better player. Even though I still think that his build-up play and his hold-up play is not good enough even from out there, I think if he does play, the sensible place to play him is on the right wing. So to answer your question, I think that going forward, that will be his most effective position for us. And I think when Oli does choose him, because he's not first choice and he never will be first choice the way Oli wants to play, I think that's where he will play. Okay, next one is from Lyndon Ives. And it says, I know you're in favour of Poch getting the job, but his recent comments and overall comments about winning trophies is defeatist in my opinion. Is it politics or is he an underachiever in your eyes? Pochettino, it's a tricky one because, very good question by the way, it's a tricky one because I think he could be trying to cover his ass and trying to manage expectations at the club by just lowering them. My honest opinion is, with the squad that Tottenham have, just 1 to 16, yeah, forget the injuries because every team gets injuries. I remember when United won the FA Cup that season, we had over 25 different injuries and we've constantly had our defenders injured. Jones and Smalling have never been able to keep fit. Bailly's never been able to keep fit. Luke Shaw broke his leg. So we've had a depleted defence for probably the last 3 or 4 years and it hasn't stopped us from winning trophies. So I'm not really trying to hear that. Paul Pogba didn't play in any of the big, well, a lot of the big games away from home. Man City away from home, he didn't play. Liverpool at Anfield last season, he didn't play. I think we are missing Paul Pogba for one of the Chelsea games too. United have always had injuries. So, like, the fact that Spurs have had injuries now, I don't think that's an excuse for him going out of 2 cup competitions in a week. I really don't. So it's a tricky one because I think it's a combination of trying to manage expectation and trying to cover his own arse, if I'm honest, because I think their squad's good enough to finish top 4 and win a trophy. Whether it's a League Cup, a FA Cup, by now they should have won something. Like, you look at Hugo Lloris, World Cup winning goalkeeper. You look at Toby and Jan Vertonghen, 2 solid centre halves. They've got England's first choice right back. They've got Dele Alli. They've got Harry Kane. They've got Son, they've got Christian Eriksen, and none of these guys have had long-term injuries in the last 4 years. Harry Kane gets the odd niggle, he's out for a couple games and he's back. They haven't had to deal with a key player being out for 6 months. So the fact that Tottenham haven't won anything like in the last 4 years, I honestly think that the manager does need to take some responsibility, not all, because Spurs don't spend a lot and Levy has definitely tightened the purse strings, but I do believe that he's had enough at his disposal to have won something by now. So I think, I don't know, man, if Spurs fall out of the top 4, I think that there should be question marks over whether maybe Tottenham and top 4 is just his level. If you had to choose one, top 4 or FA Cup, that's from AC18DAR, Akib Mahmood. I honestly don't think we need to choose. I think that we can achieve both. I think that top 4, realistically, we can get in it. Like, I believe we can. I believe we're good enough to get top 4. I think that with Spurs' injuries, with the form of Chelsea, I honestly think that top 3 or 4 is possible. If we beat Burnley and then beat Leicester, I believe that we'll be in the top 4 if we win the next 2 games, because I believe that there are points to be dropped. So if I had to choose between one, I would choose top 4, because I believe that top 4 ensures that Oli keeps the job. But if we didn't make top 4 but we got the FA Cup, I still think it's a good achievement. But I don't know. I think as United fans, we need to remember who we are and stop saying if and but. Like, we can get both, innit? So my first answer is both, but if I had to choose either, I'd say top 4, because Oli took over from us. We were 11 points behind Arsenal, who were in 5th, and now we're joint on points with Arsenal, having beaten Arsenal and Tottenham at their gaff. So league form, you have to judge a manager's progress also on that, and I think Oli's done a beautiful job. Also, out of the 8 wins, we've never been behind. We've never been behind under Oli yet. So honestly, bro, league position. Next one is from MUTD Dub, and it's Mason. It says, Oli for permanent job, question mark. Absolutely, but I'm going to go deeper into this. Not just Oli for permanent job, but bro, Oli, McKenna, Carrick and Phelan, bruv. Like, the Fantastic Four, blood. That's what we have, innit? All 4 of them. That's what we need. We got McKenna, that bridges the gap between the youth and the first team. Also, Oli was youth team manager. So them 2 are going to promote youth, give them a chance. We've got Mickey Phelan, who did the same with Sir Alex Ferguson, bruv. He's seen the blueprint of the club for decades. And then you've got Michael Carrick, who used to be in the dressing room, who's now a coach, understands the philosophy, but also he was a very technical, intelligent player, and he'll bring a more youthful and attacking mentality, him and McKenna together. So I believe them 4 together is exactly what we need. Like I said on the show yesterday, 8 o'clock show on United Stand, we've tried David Moyes long term. He's done it at Everton, let's back him, that didn't work. We tried foreign philosophy, different approach under Van Gaal, who was also a proven winner and won everything there is to win in the game. European Cups, promoted some of the best players that we've seen in modern day football at Bayern Munich, at Barcelona, at Ajax. He's done it. And then we tried proven winner, fucking Snoreen, yeah, and that didn't work either. The one thing we haven't tried is just hiring a Manchester United manager, which is Oli. So I think that it's the one thing we haven't tried, and I think we should definitely stick with that. So me personally, I'm going to put my neck on the line now and say Oli for the job. Alright guys, and last but not fucking least, yeah, everyone's hollering me and they're like, what's going on with DT? Anyone that follows me on Twitter saw the mad thing that went on. And you know what's mad? It's not a Twitter beef, blood. It's not a Twitter beef, because any of you lot that watched the United Stand AFTV football match, you saw we got into an altercation. I put him in a headlock, so on and so forth. And you know what happened, bruv? It's like, put it this way, this guy's come to the game, he was running his mouth in the previews, we weren't saying anything. Like, I didn't know any of my teammates, only Flex, Sophie, Mark, and my best friend Chase played as well, who I did false 9 with. Anyone that's been following me long enough knows Chase. Arsenal Fan TV expected us to turn up and get rolled over, blood. It didn't happen. We went there and we slapped them up. During that, DT had it in his head from before the game that he was going to fight Mark Goldbridge, innit? And that's all it was. And he tried to take an opportunity to fight Mark because he's a bully. He's bigger than Mark and he thought he could have Mark because that's what he does. And I've never liked this guy, by the way. Because if you look at his old fan cams, there was one fan cam I saw specifically where he was talking and then he was like, shut the fuck up, rah, rah, rah. And like switching on his own fans that were around watching. And when I mean his own fans, I mean Arsenal fans, not necessarily his fans. And I thought, what a disrespectful prick. Like one day one of these guys are going to step in there and just punch him up. So I never liked him anyway. So obviously I've headlocked him there. Somebody, well, there were loads of people there filming. So there's people on the side filming. That's been posted on Twitter, basically saying that I headlocked him, this, that, and the other. He's DM'd me saying, stop telling people you put me in a headlock and it didn't happen. I didn't tell anyone anything, bruv. Like, I'm a quiet guy, yeah, and I'm a respectful guy in general. But if you cross the line with me, yeah, like, put NW10 in your sat-nav, yeah, and you'll know, like, what man's on. Where I'm from, if a man chats shit and tries to put it on you, yeah, like, it's fight talk. Like, I'm not really on this back and forth, like, verbals. I'm not. So I've grabbed him up. He's attacked Mark, innit? Mark's my guy. If I'm with my guys and you try and put it on my guys, you got a problem with me, innit? So I've defended Mark. I've grabbed him. And then, after that, he's coming out saying, oh, yeah, Rants jumped me from behind and he couldn't do it to my face. So to me, that sounds like you're offering me out for a fight, innit? So I said to him, cool. Let's put on some gloves and let's fight, innit? Like men. Like, we're two British men, innit? Back in the day when you had a problem with someone, you got your swords, you put your armor on, you went outside and you fucking, you jousted, or you had a sword fight, or you had a fucking straightener, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Here in fucking Great Britain, yeah, when you got a problem with someone, this ain't America where them man are running around shooting people. You fucking roll up your sleeves and you go outside and have a fucking straightener. That's what you do, innit? So I said, you know what? If you really got such a problem with me and you're such a bad man like you're portraying, let's go and have a fucking straightener. He didn't want it, innit? He did not want it. So, I said to him, plain and simple, if you don't want to fight me, keep my name out of your fucking mouth. It's that simple. You don't need to talk about me. I won't talk about you. He continued to talk about me. So me and my brother done the little blood brothers thing and I was trolling him and this, that and the other. And then the other day, I went on AFTV after he slapped Arsenal and then he was making indirects about me and then he commented under my video saying, oh, Rants never fucking, never seen Rants at Old Trafford before the United stand, this, that and the other. The funny thing is, me and Flex met because I always used to go to the United games. I'd already been on full-time Devils fan cams, you can check those out. I've been going to Old Trafford regular. And me and Flex, the reason why I didn't speak to Flex initially was because I was told from one of the full-time Devils guys, I ain't putting no one's name in it, that we don't chat to them, man, they're the other guys. I didn't know anything about the politics between the two channels at the time. I was just a normal fan. Yeah, I've got a big social media following. I've got a Facebook page, over 100,000. My Twitter and my Facebook are verified, like I've been out here, I've been doing stuff, innit? He comes out, he's like, right, I'm a clout chaser. I'm trying to use his name for publicity and trying to say that I only started going to football matches when Mark started paying me to go, and Mark don't pay me to go to games, bruv. I arrange my own travel, I go up there with Flex, I have my own ticket, I don't get paid for fan cam, so that's bullshit. But this guy was just chatting pure shit. So, I was just like, cool. That's when I added him. And I just said, listen, you're just a prick, stop chatting my name or else we can do this. And then his son messaged me, bruv. So his son added me saying, rare, this, that and the other, clout chaser. Here's the clout chaser here, yeah? You don't just get given fucking ticks on social media, bruv. Right? Man's done BBC, BBC 1, BBC 2, fucking E4. I done a fucking TV show with Russell Kane that's on E4. You can actually check that on demand. I've written my fucking political series for Vice, yeah, that got over 25 million views and got nominated for multiple awards. I've sold out a live show in Hoxton Square in 2017, bruv. Like, you Google Rants and Bants, I've been out here, innit, and I've been doing bits. So, to call me a clout chaser is fucking hilarious because this bum, yeah, made his name of ranting about banners on Arsenal Fan TV, a channel with over 750,000 subs. That's the only reason why he's relevant and the only reason why he has a following. I've got a video with over 2 million views on my own Facebook page, my own page, before the United stand. I covered Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather on BBC Sport before the United stand. I've been out here. So to call me a clout chaser is funny. So basically, JK the MC, bad boy MC from Birmingham, yeah, basically said, boom, I'm doing a white collar match in March, 10 grand to the winner. Which one of you lot want to fight? I said, cool, straight away. I told his little punk ass son, yeah, to stay out my business, and I've blocked his son because I don't put my hands on minors, innit? Like, do you know what I'm saying? I can't say too much about the other nonce, yeah, but I don't play with little kids, innit? My beef is with the dad, innit? So, either stop talking my name or you step in the ring and you get handled. It's that simple, guys. So, no, it's not a Twitter beef. It's not fake. I do not like the guy. I've never liked the guy. And in all honesty, where I'm from, if a guy like him chats shit, then it's on site, innit? The only reason why I haven't run up on man on the road is because that ain't me no more, innit? Like, I'm not on that. Like, I got way too much to lose. I'm having a very successful moment, and I think he knows that, innit? He knows that he's safe on the roads, so he's gonna chat shit on Twitter and just hope that I don't put hands on him. That's all it is. But he's a bully. He's been threatening people for too long. I know under good authority, and I've got receipts that man put his hands on women, because that's what man does. Court dates, everything. Man's got receipts in it. So it's one of them ones. He's a scumbag. He is a scumbag, bro. Like, I'm a guy, I don't like to engage in petty shit with people. But you know what? When you make it personal, just know what you're dealing with. But yeah, guys, man, thought I'd just clear that up quickly, man. Like, you know how it is. I love my football banter. Like, and I like to keep it football. Like, I've never had any personal back and forths with anyone. But this guy, I genuinely don't like, innit? United stand is my family. Like, if the thing's kicked off on the pitch, I'd have done the same thing again, bro. I always back my guys. It's that, innit? Like, and I fuck with all of you lot. So, big up. Make sure you leave in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about all the topics I touched on. What do you think of Oli for the job? What do you think of Pochettino's comments? Do you think that they're valid? Do you think that he's trying to cover his ass? Or do you think that, yeah, do you think he's got a point? Also, with Romelu Lukaku, what do you think? Down the wing? Down the middle? Do we sell him, bruv? Let me know in the comment section below. Everything's covered. Keep it interactive. Obviously, you got another one coming on Wednesday. I'm going to link Flex in about 3 hours to film the Flex and Rant show. I've put out a tweet, and we're gonna take your comments as usual. Throw them in the show. So make sure you look out for the Flex and Rant show at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock on the United stand tomorrow. And guys, it's been a pleasure as always. Big up your fucking self. Make sure you like the video if you ain't done it already. Hit that sub button. Follow the Twitter and the Instagram. All of my socials are going to be in the description. Mad love. I'm gone.